Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to episode 4 of the Montreal Canadiens franchise mode here in NHL 20. So we're about to begin the 2020-2021 season. Unfortunately, we did lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 games in the previous season, which was the first year of the franchise mode in round number 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see we're actually starting off the episode with a trade. We are going to trade Ben Sherratt. He is a good defenseman. He's 80 overall, 29 years old. But, our lowest rated defenseman is younger, and he's a 79. We already have some good defensemen, and I think that Ben Sherratt he wouldn't be in the team, and I don't really want to put him in the AHL, making $3.5 million for another 2 years. So I'm going to free up $3.5 million of cap space. I'm also going to trade Charlie Lindgren, 26-year-old, 78 overall, a minor starting goalie, fringe starter potential. We're going to improve the goaltending in Laval, guys. We're going to get Elvis Merzlikins, 82 overall at 26, medium starter potential. So he's going to be the starting goalie in Laval. We're going to have Caden Primo backing up Carey Price in the NHL. So we're freeing up some cap space, trading away a goalie for a goalie, and getting a free pick, 5th round from the Columbus Blue Jackets. So there we go, guys. We do have a brand new goalie in Laval, and Ben Sherratt, who was not going to be in the team anyway, is traded. So we're freeing up some cap space. I'm going to go through the lines briefly, and then we're going to jump into this season. You know what, guys? I thought about it, and I think I may do a change in goaltending for Primo and Elvis. So I think I'm going to have Merzlikins as the backup in the NHL, backing up Price. And I'm actually going to give Primo one more year in the AHL. I think that makes more sense. Primo is only 21, 79 overall, medium starter potential. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him starting minutes in the AHL with Laval, and hopefully he can grow to be in the 80s. Well, Elvis Merzlikins is actually 26, so I think it'd be better to have him as a backup in the NHL, which is an improvement from Charlie Lindgren and Primo in the AHL. So I think that works. I'm going to go through the lines that we have. So we have Drouin in 86. Kotkaniemi grew 8 overall since the start of last year, 80 to an 88. Gallagher 86. We have Kovalchuk with Domi Tatar. They have a +3, so Tatar is an 89, Domi an 88, Kovalchuk an 87. Even at 37 years old, his shooting stats is all in the 90s. Puck skills, all in the 90s. 84 acceleration, 86 speed, decent physical stats. He's still a beast at 37 years old. Cole Caulfield is going to start on the third line, 81 overall. Hopefully he can grow pretty quick. I do have him as a high elite, 81 at 19. Playing with Philippe Danault, and we picked up Joe Thornton as well in free agency. So he does have 81 faceoffs. Nick Suzuki, 72. So maybe I could bring Suzuki up to the second line. You know what? I'm going to do that. Bring Suzuki to the third line. It gives a +1, making Caulfield an 82, Danault 84, Suzuki 82, and then Joe Thornton. What a great center depth we have. KK, Domi, Danault, Thornton. He has Armia and Ryan Poehling on his wings. Hopefully, Poehling can grow in potential this year. Hopefully, Poehling can grow in rating this year. As for defense, we did sign TJ Brody in free agency. He's going to be paired up with Weber with a +1. Brody's an 86. Weber is a 90. Petrie there with a +1 is an 86. Romanov is already an 83 at 20. Medium elite potential. I created him as well. So he's an 84. Petrie an 86. Then Mete and Cal Fleury. So this is why I didn't want to have Sherratt, who's an 80 at higher. He's an 80. Fleury's only 21. He's 79. Top 4 potential. So I think Fleury can take that last spot very well. And in goal, of course, we have Price and Elvis Merzlikins. The AHL looks like this. Barber, Cousins, Bennett. They have a +3. Then you can see the rest of the team. Our center depth in Laval is pretty good as well. Quick look at defense there. Kolak and Brook. I'm hoping Brook can grow, be high 70s or low 80 overall soon. Then in goal, you guys saw earlier, Primo and McNiven backing him up. Quick look at the special teams for NHL. We have Gallagher, KK, and Domi with Weber and Drouin at the point. Power play unit number 2, Caulfield, Danault, Tatar, Petrie, and Romanov. Penalty kill, Thornton and Dano are centers. The second penalty killing unit actually has a +3, which is fantastic. Now looking at jersey numbers and captaincy, we do have Shea Weber still in the team, our captain. Gallagher, the assistant. We did trade Paul Byron. So KK, I gave him an assistant, captaincy, number one center. One of the great players, one of the great young players of the team. Gabe Paling, his number 25. As for Caulfield, number 13 that he usually wore with USA, is taken by Domi. So I have him with his Wisconsin number, with the Badgers, number 8. I can't give 26 to Romanov, which is his usual number with Russia. Petrie has it, so I just gave him a number over. TJ Brody wore number 7, but I can't give it number 7 to team, so number 77. Montreal has a lot of return numbers, so you got to limit the options that you have with the numbers. So that's a look at the team right there. So the team status is champion right now, so that's fantastic to see. I really think we have a chance to compete. Last year, we didn't have as good as a team, and we still made it to the playoffs. Trade block right now, I do have Shea Weber making 7.8 for the next 6 years. He's getting older, 89 overall, so he does have half trade value right now. I do have Josh Brook. He's only at 73, so I'm hoping he can grow in Laval, but he does have about a quarter, maybe a little less than a quarter in full trade value. Tim Stutzel looks like he has about 3/4 trade value full, or 2/3 really. He was a draft pick we got, trading Noah Jolson and our first for 11th overall in the previous draft. 62 overall medium elite potential. He's most likely going to be playing in junior this year. He's been playing in junior. So looking at his stats with the DEL, he does have 2 points in 4 games, had 14 in 47 last year. Reason I have him on the trade block, he is only 62 overall, although he is only 18. Does have a lot of trade value. So looking to see if we can potentially get something even better for him. So we'll see how it goes. The preseason went pretty well. So we ended up with a record of 5-0-2 in the preseason. Max Domi, 12 points in 7 games. First in the Atlantic. Hopefully that can translate into the regular season. So we're facing off against the Toronto Maple Leafs, starting the season on a Sunday, which is a bit odd. Usually they start in the middle of the week or the Saturday. Starting in Toronto, as the Habs usually do, facing off the Leafs for the first and last games of the year. Dallas Stars are defending champions. Here we go in year number 2 of the franchise mode. Hopefully we can start off with a bang. Period number 1. 2-0. John Tavares and Mitch Marner, the team that knocked us out of the playoffs last year. We get a goal. Cole Caulfield, first NHL goal in his first NHL game. A power play goal on Freddie Anderson. Austin Matthews score, and there's Nick Patan. Mitch Marner, oh my goodness, 7-1. Just a trashing of the Maple Leafs against Carey Price and the Habs. You hate to see that. 7-1. Mitch Marner, Matthews, 3 points. Muzzin, 4. All right, apart from Caulfield scoring his first NHL goal, let's erase that game completely from our memory. I'm going to simulate the entire month of October. We're not playing a lot of games, a couple of 4-day stretches with no games. So facing off against the Devils, there you go, 3-1 win in the home opener. We lose against the Ducks, 7-3 loss against the Pens. We're putting up numbers in the preseason, but look at that bad trade. Vlasic, $7 million for 6 years, and Pat Maroon for Gallagher and Armia. No thank you, San Jose. No thank you, San Jose. Primo for a couple of picks. We finally get a win there against the Panthers. 2-0 against the Rangers. I'm not sure what's going on. Our defense is decent. We have really good offense. Our coach is really good. Has a good team fit. We have a 90 overall goaltender. We're just not able to string up any wins here. 5-5-1. Playing against the Vegas Golden Knights. We win the last 3 games of simulation. There you go. So we score 12 goals in 3 games. Hopefully that is a turning point for the team. Tatar, 10 points in 12 games. All right. I'm going to check on the lines quickly. I'm worried that they may not be playing Price as a starter. They are. So he does not have good stats at all. 334 goals against and an 883 save percentage. I don't know, guys. If Price struggles this year, I may have to pull the trigger and trade him while his value is still there, because the way this is going, I'm really worried that he's going to drop into the 80s, being paid over 10 million. So I'm going to give it another few weeks. I'm going to simulate up to the trade deadline and then see how it goes. I may not do the entire season simulation this episode. I want to take it a bit slower. OT loss against the Rangers, but a win against Tampa, winning against Pittsburgh. So we won 5 out of our last 6, 6 out of our last 7, 7 out of our last 8, 8 out of our last 9. The team is on fire. Look at that. 6 wins in a row. We beat the Maple Leafs. We lose against the Jackets. So that makes our regular season record against the Leafs, I believe, 4-2 or 5-2. I'll have to look at that. So we get offered 2 firsts and Lekachev for Caulfield. I'm going to say no. Caulfield is the next star of the team. 6-1 against Arizona. Look at that. After a really bad start, the team wins 8 games out of their last 10. So we're 8-2. All right. Well, I guess Carey Price started playing very good hockey. Look at that. 1 goal against, 2 goals against, 30-5. But 1 goals against, 2-1-2. So improving his stats. Love to see that. I'm going to simulate another couple of weeks. Probably up to the Boston game. And then see how it goes. All right. So playing the Detroit Red Wings, who are on fire. 16-6-3 for the Wings. We lose in a shootout. They're much better than in real life. Martinez and Nielsen going to say no. So we lose against the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. I'm definitely going to keep track of all of our meetings against the Maple Leafs, and I'm probably going to give an update on that in the next episode. Going to go through all of the goal totals. It'd be cool to keep an eye on as we get offered a big trade there from the Minnesota Wild. So Jared Spurgeon, he's already 31 and an 84. 7.5 for 7 years, and Kevin Hayes only an 81, making 4.5. And they want Max Domi. He's making exactly a point per game at 25 and 85 overall. I'm going to say no to the Minnesota Wild. They were trying to fleece us as we actually scored 7 against the defending champion Dallas Stars. And then we scored 9 against the Panthers. 5-1 loss against the Bruins. We're before last in the division. And something needs to change. Going to simulate this game against the Boston Bruins. See how things go against the big bad Bruins, or division rivals. Period number 1, 3-0. Heinen, Bergeron, and Carlo. That's just not right at this point. 5-0, 6-1. Are you kidding me? A 90 overall goaltender giving up that many goals. Just, I don't understand it. We have a good team. Team status is champion, and things are just not going well at all. I'm going to check quickly on Carey Price here. See how he's doing in terms of overall. So he's still in 90. Does have half trade value. His stats have improved. I mean, 13, 12, and 3 for a $10.5 million goaltender. I mean, I really wanted to win with Price. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, I want to take a look in the market, see if there's any goaltenders that are young and elite potential. Maybe throw in Tim Stutzel and get another big piece in that, make a big trade, because as of now we're 14 points off of first in the Atlantic, which is the Maple Leafs. 3-2 loss against the Panthers, playing the Avalanche, 5-2 win. I know our coach does have a team fit in the 60s, so it doesn't look like it's the coach's fault. Just for some reason, defense maybe is where we need to improve. I'm going to simulate a few weeks at a time, and if we go in a terrible slump, I'm going to make a move, whether it's Price, whether it's defense. 2 losses in a row there. Things are not looking good at all. Loss against the Panthers. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 losses out of our last 8, I believe. 6-3 loss against the Red Wings. Oh my goodness. The team just cannot play. Then we score 6 or more. We score 5 or more goals in 3 games in a row. So it's weird how this team is just a complete roller coaster. They do really good, then they do really, really bad. William Karlsson would be nice, but I think I don't want to give away TJ Brody for defense. First for Spurgeon, I'm going to say no. I'm going to hold on to the draft picks. So the way this is looking, guys, we may be a lottery team. I mean, looking at the standings, the Bruins are only 5 points over us for the middle of the division. So as long as we can start getting hot and hopefully have the Bruins struggle, we can catch them. So simulate this. This is a huge game against the Boston Bruins, 1-1. TJ Brody and Brad Marchand, pre number 2. We get the lead. There you go. Cole Caulfield, or as we like to call him, Goal Caulfield on Tuukka Rask. And Philip Danault power play goal. And they tie it. Krejci and Force back at Carlson. We're heading to overtime. Let's simulate times 8 the OT. Come on, guys. We need an OT hero. And Zdeno Chara scores in overtime on Carey Price. The struggles continue. I'm going to take a quick look at Carey Price. I'm going to monitor that completely because if I wait for him to drop too much, his value will not be anywhere near where it is right now. And we might not be able to get much for him, to be honest. Although I want to win it with him, but I want to play it safe. Still a 90 overall. The value is still at the same spot. Maybe we can go a few more weeks and see how it goes. I mean, looking at defense is really, really good. With the +1, he got a 90 overall, an 86, an 84, an 86. I mean, maybe improve the bottom pairing for defense. And then maybe improve the bottom 6. I don't really see what else we could do. I'm going to move up Caulfield to the second line. I mean, he is high elite. Look at that, 28 points. Kovalchuk, 28 as well. Tatar, he's having a pretty good year. He has a 38. Drouin, only 22 points in 46 games. Well, Drouin, I'm sorry. You're going to the second line. That gets a second line a +5. Drouin is now a 91. Domi is now a 90. And Caulfield is an 87. First line is intact. KK is up to an 89. I honestly don't know how this team cannot score if you have those line combinations. Defense, I really can't change much there. We have a 90 and an 86. If I move this, we have an 86 and a 92. So maybe, I don't know, maybe moving Weber to the second pairing, but I'm going to keep it like that for now. As for goaltending, taking a quick look at Elvis, he looks like he played 5 games. He played 12 games, 5-3, 3-3. I mean, not great. I'm going to take a look at Primo here. He's currently the backup. He must be the backup for a double header because look at those stats. 19, 6-2, 4 shutouts. Wow, Primo's doing very good in Laval, which is great to see. Taking a quick look at the team standings in Laval. They are first, 28-8-4. Nick Cousins absolutely dominating, over a point per game. There you go. The Laval Rocket are on fire. Best team in the division. Bennett with 38. Barber with 30. Going down the list there. There you go. Alright, guys. Going to see if I can make a trade with the Arizona Coyotes. So we're basically swapping Paling for Hinestroza. And I'm going to try to get Jacob Churchrin here. 22 years old, medium elite potential. He's already in 85, having a pretty good year, 15 points plus 11. He's making 4.6 for the next 5 years. That is an absolute bargain. This guy was going to be probably in the high 80s, making that much money. Only 22. Hinestroza says 26. He's 81 overall right now. Paling only at 79, so be improving the fourth line. I'm gonna have to give up Tim Stützle there, but he's only at 65 overall. Churchrin is already developing very, very good. I'm gonna see if this is gonna go through for Churchrin. Trade rejected. All right, so maybe if I take out Hinestroza, value is a bit more on our side. Let's see if I take out Paling. Let's see, Stützle for Churchrin. Yeah, it looks like it's the value's way on our side. Maybe if I give up Josh Brook, as he's not developing quite as much as I would have wanted to. Let's see if that's going to go through. Still trade rejected. I'm going to try a few more things here. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give it a few more weeks. So I'm going to simulate all the way to the trade deadline. If the team is still not doing good, I'm going to pull a trigger. If the team is not doing good, I think I'm going to do a deal. maybe move Price and or Weber, and then see. I mean, Churchrin is definitely a player that I have on my radar. Very good defenseman, good value as the losses keep coming. So I'm gonna look at getting him, improve our defense. We're gonna have to improve our bottom six as well. So we get a trade offer there, Lundell for Caulfield. I'm gonna say no. They're a first for Suzuki and Dano. Definitely want to keep both of those guys, and it's a first nonetheless, but the Flames are typically a very good team. 1-0 win against the Blues. Tatar and Cousin for a first. So, yeah, the Flames are actually not very good looking at that. So, a couple of wins there. Playing against the Washington Capitals. 6-0, so the team is starting to win a bit more. Okay, for a second I thought that was Morgan Riley, but that's Mike Riley. I'm going to say no to that. 4-3 loss against Carolina. Chris Kreider and Kulikov for Cousins in a second. So this is interesting, depending on what their rating is. So Kreider, 82 overall at 29. Definitely power forward. 2.9 for 3 years. Kulikov, 30 years old, 78. Only 1.1 for 2 years. We give up Nick Cousins. He's doing very well in the AHL, but we can probably move Paling in the AHL and have him replace Cousins and get Kreider to improve our bottom six. Very good contract, 2.9 for 3 years in a second. You know what? As much as it pains me to do this with Chris Kreider injuring Carey Price, we all know the story that he fell and injured Price got him out of the playoffs. Probably was accidental, but all the Habs fans don't really like that situation, of course, but nonetheless, we all know he's a good player. He did have 24 points in 54 games, so hopefully a change of scenery will help. I'm going to make the deal. Nick Cousins was traded yesterday in real life. He was traded along with a few other players in the trade deadline season with Kovalchuk, Thompson, Pekka, and Scandella all traded. Going to make this move. Kreider and Kulikov for Cousins in a second. Kreider, welcome to the team. I'm going to keep Kreider in the fourth line because if I move him up, it's going to give him a -1. If I move him with Kovalchuk there, I don't really want to have Kovalchuk on the third line. On the fourth line, I'm sorry. So I'm going to keep Kreider there. As for the AHL team, we're going to have to put in Ryan Paling. I already put him down in the AHL, so there he is, scratch. Have him replace Cousins really nicely. I mean, he is a 79, so actually, if I move him to the second line, it gives it +3 to the first line. So we're going to have Jordan Weal have the top spot in Laval. Chris Kreider straightening our bottom six. So I really like that deal for the team. So offering a first, a third, a couple of prospects for Gallagher. I don't want to give away Gallagher. Heart and soul of the team. 6-2 win against the Wild there. Tatar and Armia for Murray. As much as Murray would be good, don't want to give away Tatar and Armia. Have a couple of wins in a row. And no, I do not want Dustin Byfuglien for Drouin. No, thank you. 28, 20, and 8 just before the trade deadline right here. 64 points before last in the division. As Joseph and 3 picks for Brodeen, Hunt, and Justin Williams to Pittsburgh. So a big deal between the Wild and the Penguins. The first deal that we've seen in computer during the episode. A prospect and a forward for a forward and Dylan to the Philadelphia Flyers who went to the Capitals in real life. Marco Scandella and Galchenyuk, a forward and Foligno to Ottawa for Turney in a second. There you go, a big deal. Couple of big deals in this week already. A 4-1 win against the Wings. That is 4 wins in a row. Playing against the Blue Jackets here. Niskanen, Furk, and Lawton. And Dustin Byfuglien goes to Philadelphia from the Winnipeg Jets. So definitely a good fit for Byfuglien being a big, tough defenseman. And then a loss against the... but we get offered a trade there from the Winnipeg Jets. They're 23, 30, and 6. They're not a good team at all. They want Dano. They want to give us Andrew Kopp and Pavel Francouz. All right, as that first would be very tempting. Dano is a good player. 43 points in 59 games. I don't know. We really like that first round pick, but they're listed as a contender, so next year they're probably going to be good. It's a pick for next year's draft, not this year. If it was this year, I would have probably taken it. But I don't want to risk it with losing Dano. I'm not going to make a trade for Brendan Gallagher. So we're going to stop the video right at the trade deadline. 2 firsts for Gallagher and Suzuki. Oh my goodness. Gallagher is in hot demand right now. 3-1 win against the Stars. And did we win against the Flames? No. But that is 4, 5, 6 wins in the last 8 games. So the boys have started to play better hockey. I'm going to look at the stats right now at the trade deadline. Domi just shy of a point per game. He has 58 points in 62 games. Tatar 45, Dino 43, Gallagher there with 40, Kovalchuk. Caulfield having a fantastic year, the leading scorer of the team. Look at that. KK 37 in 62 is out to an 89. He might be a 90 by the time season is over. Weber holding his value, which is great to see. I'm going to take a look quickly at Chris Kreider since he joined the team. Only 2 points in 8 games, but I mean, he's a fourth liner. Hopefully we can have him, give him some more help. Romanov up to an 84, 21 points in 62 games. And there's the rest of the team. Taking a quick look at Carey Price. I really hope he's still in 90. All right, he is. He has improved. 24, 18, and 5. Elvis 8, 6, and 3 with 2 shutouts. Taking a look at Laval. Primo is dominating. 27, 9, and 2 with 6 shutouts. 9-12 save percentage and a 210. Look at McNiven. 13-2 and 2 with 6 shutouts and a 1.46 goals against average. These guys are probably going to go up in overall. That's fantastic to see. Bo Bennett is the leading scorer of the team, 48 points, and Laval is first by a long shot. 19 points ahead of the Americans. Look at that. Are they first in the entire league? They are. 2 points ahead of the Bears. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stop the episode here. Looking at the standings, we are only 4 points away from a playoff spot. I'm not going to trade Price or Weber just yet. I'm going to hope that the team can improve with the new line changes we did. We won 6 out of our last 8. We won 6 out of our last 10, I do believe. I think we actually won 6 out of our last 8. Let's see if we can make a push for the playoffs. And then if we need to, maybe trade Price or Weber in the next season. But on the other hand, if we don't trade Price now, his value might decrease. So it's a hard decision to do. I'm going to take a look quickly at his trade value as of now. It's going to give us a better perspective. So looking at goaltenders right now. His trade value is about the same. There you go. Exactly halfway. And looking at Shea Weber's trade value, he is about a third of the way. Brody has a lot more trade value than obviously Alexander Romanov there. Looking at trade value for forwards that we have, Tim Stützle there, 65 and 19. He's having a pretty bad year. So I think I'm going to try to move Stützle because I don't see him growing too much from a 65. But that trade value is huge for us. So a few things we can think of for the next episode. And guys, if you want, definitely leave comments below. Give me your opinion on what you think I should do with the team, with the trades. And definitely leave a thumbs up below if you enjoyed the episode. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upload. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day.